Do you know this celebrated tree on earth today? It was once found only in Africa, but now it has been commercialized. It has many uses, but has one powerful elusive aspect. It is one of the plants whose beans supply the most powerful ingredient that is used to free anyone from any demon, evil spirit, or Satan himself or herself if need be. Which plant is this? Remember, certain taboos do apply. We shall deal with this plant shortly. Let us deal with the tricks of modern commerce and find out how Africa is being duped today as we speak, as we present the African plant in black signs. Which plant is this? For starters, it is not marijuana, also known as mbanje, though that too is powerful. But this plant, our ancient ancestors in Africa used it in combination with other plants to perform dark sciences. For example, when certain individuals who during their lives on earth had performed certain wonders, they used the leaves of this plant to embalm them. Our ancestors mummified special people using this plant. Which plant is this? The black science involved magic. Let us preview magic a little bit. From the Petanischi Stela, 4th century BCE, we read, I am Isis, the goddess, the possessor of magic, who performs magic. Effective speech, excellent of words. Our goddess Isis said, I am the Nubian and I have descended from heaven. So magic is the basis of an enduring celebrated science. It is real, though today dismissed by millions and billions. Those who dismiss it are led to do so by the elites who stole the real magic. Magic attracted people because it was hands-on and made sense. Everything had a reason, but often hidden from the ordinary people who loved the wonder and the sleight of hands. Still the same. Film is doing the same. But the truth of it is revealed to the knowledgeable, just like today. Hearing this, the divine Isis says, I am the Nubian woman. I have come down from heaven. I have come to release the seed in the body of every mother's son and every mother's daughter, and cause them to return in good health. For as Horus lives, so shall all live. You can find more of this in these rituals. For Christians who laugh at magic, please notice, 2,500 years before the Magi brought gifts of frankincense and myrrh to Bethlehem, ancient Africans included this plant among all vast material medica. And the Magi were skilled magicians, astrologers. The word Magi comes from the Latin magi, plural maguse, magicians, learned magician. From Greek word magos, a word used for the Persian learned and priestly class, as portrayed in the Bible. Many scholars have proved that. It's from the old Persian word magushe, or magician. The magi were thoroughly, completely pagan, if we are to go by the New Testament. It is true, certain plants have magical powers, but how did these plants, which must have been unknown initially to our ancient African ancestors at first, attain their magical status, or were known to have magical status? Here is what we read from an ancient text concerning these plants. To me belongs the universe. Before you gods had come into being, you have come afterwards, because I am Heka or Hakata. That's the method our ancestors used. Do you know about this plant? Do you need to know this plant? What makes a plant magical? This magical plant has very many commercial uses, including spiritual use. It can be used in birth control. It can be used in the engine as shown here in this diagram. It can be used to cure leprosy and syphilis. It can be used as a laxative for constipation. It can be used to start labor in pregnancy and to start the flow of milk. It can be used in making nylon, in lubricants, in cars, in engines, in race cars, in aeroplanes, and in oiling and greasing machines. Which plant is this? Which oil is this? It is the castor oil. It is the castor plant. Futa, it's its name. It means burn. Futa means oil or fat. The magical science tree is known as Ricinus communis in scientific terms. It is the castor oil plant, which was used extensively by the Africans, employed as a lamp oil, anointing oil, and in medicine. The Ebers Papyrus, a medicinal text from ancient Africa, has a whole section dedicated to this plant and its derivatives, specifically its oil. Castor oil extracted from these seeds cures stomach problems, stomach illness, constipation, and skin diseases. It removes head lice and also causes hair to grow. Powerful uses of this plant indeed. Let's go a little bit into the scientific nature and aspects of it. Today's research has shown that there is a compound in it called ricin. They call it poison, which is known to be effective against cancer cells. You can study more from this website that we are showing here. One of the most promising uses of ricin is the production of immunotoxins, where the protein ricin is joined to monoclonal antibodies. And these monoclonal antibodies have been seen to be very effective against the human breast cancer, as they were effective against cancer cells in mice and rats. What is this ricin? Found from futa. It is the one that makes it bitter if you have eaten it. It is also the one that is effective against, you guess it, yes, a poison found naturally in beans of castor bean plant, family Euphobiaceae, native to tropical Africa, can be a powder, a pellet, a mist, or a weak solution in water. There are many other uses. Castor oil is the primary raw material for the production of sebacic acid, which is the basic ingredient in the production of nylon and many other synthetic resins and fibers. In World War I, castor bean oil was used in Allied rotary aircraft engines. We have shown the engine before. Because of its superior adhesive and lubrication and frictional properties, it was used in many engines, in motorbikes and many other engines. You can find more from this website. Lava, an organic cosmetic company, uses zinc rinosilate as one of the ingredients in deodorant and body lotion. It uses hydrogenated castor oil in its sunscreen lotion production. BioSolar, a solar cell manufacturer, uses castor derivative as a protective layer on photovoltaic solar modules. Sofila Group, a textile company, further to its 24 months research and analysis, has created the first biopolymer by processing the castor oil. Fujitsu Limited uses castor oil derivative for small components of notebooks, PCs, and mobile phones, such as connector covers. Scarpa, the Italian leading boots and shoe manufacturer, is using Arkema Pebax Renew, a castor derivative, to manufacture its sports equipment. Many uses. But there is a trick that has been played on this. In Africa, where it is natural, they have substituted castor oil plant with jatropha. That's what they've done. The major producing countries of castor oil today is India and China and Brazil. No, Africa, in Mozambique, only 2%, which we know is going to China. You can see the diagrams here that India is the highest producer of castor products. Very smart. Why are they substituting it with jatropha in Africa? They say over 50% of Africa's land has the right climate for growing jatropha. Why not castor bean plant? Who is causing this confusion? Jatropha cucas is a small shrub of native Central America, not Africa, and member of the Euphorbia family. It is a drought-resistant perennial living up to 50 years. We don't care about that. Look at castor bean, drought-resistant annual plant of tropical origin with immense spread out. So easy to grow, easy to produce a lot. The plant can grow between 2 and 5 meters. It produces oils that are soluble in alcohol, fit for biodiesel. No much processing, clear. But they are replacing this plant, this castor bean plant in Africa, and encouraging Africans to grow jatropha. Why? Look at these other oil uses. Other oil uses of jatropha is zero. Other oil uses of castor bean plant over 700. Why would they do that? Why? Oil content 35%, oil content 55%. So this is the trick, but there's more. Superior ancient knowledge. The ancient Africans practice incredible medicine almost 2,000 years before Galen. Christians love to call African doctors witch doctors or demon possessed. But they must realize that when they pop a pill, when they go to hospital, when they get an injection, these pastors, they are actually being helped by so-called demon medicine, because modern medicine came from Africa, from these witch doctors. Of late, modern medicine has verified the material medical and efficacy of prescriptions recorded from the time of Amenemhet III Monomtapa and Ramesses III, a period pivotal to the history of pharmacy. This is the Ebers Papyrus, from where the castor oil plant and several other entries have been found that are useful today. But don't try some of this at home. One crushes the roots of the castor oil plant and applies to their head if they've got a headache. And the one, if he realizes that his face has worms, crushes this and eats it with beer. But don't try it at home. So you eliminate alimentary diseases from your belly. Its oil is also prepared from its fruit and used to anoint men with skin issues. It cures and clears that, but it is painful. Please do not try this at home without approval of a professional naturopath or medical doctor licensed to administer this. African plant in black science. What other use can this have? The spiritual aspects. The real dark art of castor oil involves its spiritual power in casting off devils. Castor oil is the most powerful herb that is known today and is used to free anyone from demons. If you are interested to know the how aspect, get in touch with us on lmtumizulu@gmail.com. Initialize your email with this word futa. Our ancestors, whose civilization is known today as Egypt, believed that the oil was effective treatment for treating diseases caused by demons. It is indeed true that every African has a possibility of having a demon put on them. Thus, we must begin to use this lotion because it is our lotion. Practice the dark arts of your ancestors to free yourself from these thoughts that are being driven and used in products that you use. Today is your time to free yourself and to be in the easy path. We all have demons to deal with and to cast off. Powerful priestess work here, modern priestess work. Thank you, priestesses. Effective plant is the castor bean plant. Futa, natural to Africa, effective, powerful, both commercial and spiritual, but now being replaced by Jatropha. This is Priest Rabbi LM Tumizulu. Subscribe to our channel, Committee Hebrew Ethics. Contact us on this email indicated here, lmtumizulu@gmail.com. Also visit our website, livespiritofAmen.com. Use the castor bean oil. Know it, plant it, have it. Asante sana. Goodbye. Thank you very much.